Hey everybody, Exosign 101 here, and today we're going to be going over a few smaller things as well as our setup for our equip slots and making a weapon. So first off, we want to clean up our scene a little bit. I already started doing so. Create a empty game object, call it scene NPCs, drop your merchant and your warrior princess in there, so this way we can keep our scene NPCs a little bit in check without making our hierarchy very nasty looking. We can just leave the potion out there for now, since that's not how we're going to be doing our potion stuff anyway, at some like our items that spawn in the world anyway, so we'll just leave that there for now. We have the monster that was just standing where this spawn point is, so we're actually going to go here. You're going to want your, what is it called here? Come on, hover over it, name. It's add system, and you're just going to add the spawn point. It'll create a hierarchy with a spawn point for you. You'll press add character here, change the max to like some next level number. I put it at 100,000, so it'll spawn 100,000 samurais. After it's spawned that many, it'll obviously stop spawning, so you can be putting a ridiculous number like 999999 and then work with your player distance. So the player distance is nice and far, so it's within where the player spawns. So as soon as the player spawns, he will also be spawned as well. The wait time, it's going to take 1 minute to spawn the next one after death. If you're spawning in groups or group continues, the rate between seconds would also like how many it's going to spawn. Like, so since it's an individual spawn right now, it'll spawn one in between like 0.2 seconds until it's reached its like maximum amount of monsters. So like if we've had two monsters here, it'll spawn 2 monsters, and then once one dies, then it'll take 60 seconds. I'm pretty sure that that's how it works. But yeah, your min wait time is the main thing you're going to adjust, and then again your wait rate between, you'll work on that yourselves. Pick a good, for depending on bosses and whether they're regular monsters, because some monsters you'll want spawning more often than others. Your spawner deactivation, so you'd probably want that to be at like, I don't know, 100, so that's what, or just do 85, so this way it deactivates 10 more away from where it activates. And then keep the check interval, keep that check interval the same as well. There we go, that everything's good to go. We set the level to 2. It will now spawn perfectly. Earlier in the previous video, as you'll notice in your project, if you're looking at your project right now and you're following completely along with me, your player will be standing right here, and that's how you're loading into the game. Now we're actually going to spawn into the game instead of keeping their player here, so let's go ahead back to our add system. We're going to add a location marker. It'll create a nice hierarchy with that location marker. So marker 1, feel free to change it if you'd like. I'll just keep it at marker 1 because I'm good at memorizing where what is and whatnot, and this little thing helps too. Now go into your blocks or game manager component. Get apply blocks open here. We are now in the on start where we load our RPG UI and our hide load screen. We want to add the spawn player, so we can just go to character and grab the spawn player block under the player main and drop it in there, and then you can just, because this blocks this object is in the scene as well as our location marker, we can just drag and drop and link it like this, and the link will stay. But if, let's say, our blocks game object here was to spawn in on player spawn, then we would have to use the objects find child by name, these 2 buttons. So you'll put find child and then by name you'll put the child object, or in this case, since it, well, no, yeah, you will be finding child by name, so the child would be marker 1 and then name would be location markers. So if you guys do it that way, that's how you're gonna do it. So with that being said and done, now when you load into the game or start a new game, you'll spawn there. But if you reload a game, so let's start right here. See how we're in our monster NPC has spawned right there. Let's go chill over here. I've mentioned this once or twice before, I believe. The lighting on the editor sometimes looks funky like this with the shading and stuff. The shading is like extremely emphasized. Don't worry about that. When you build the game and play it, all the lighting is very correct. If you don't believe me, go ahead and try it, but I believe I may have showed that as well in a previous video. So since we just saved, we can go ahead now and go back, start up the game, load the game, and we should just end up loading right where we last were. See, I don't know why it does that. It's kind of strange. Slight bug with the load feature, I guess. Maybe I just exit the game too soon before it's done saving or anything. Here, let's see here. Oh, okay, well, the persist right here, so we click this, and then we click save. The persisted, yeah. Okay, now we can give it a second, log out, log back in. Continue, there we go. So yeah, we might want to put a loading, like an exit delay. So this way when you save the game, you give it a few seconds, and then you can exit the game. I don't really want to take too much time in doing it this way, but yeah, what's gonna happen is we're gonna design a little panel that'll be here, a notification panel that'll tell you anything that's going on. So it tells you to, so when you save the game, we will send information to that notification panel in the future. So we'll work on that in another video. Right now, I promised you guys we were gonna get that equip slots and item working. So let's go ahead and grab our NPC. Let's grab our player here. And now we need to make a spot for the player to hold the weapon. So in my opinion, this character, you can use the current, so let's see here, this is our sword. It is linked to the root bone here, so prop 1 root bone. So there's the root bone here. So inside this root bone, we can actually just call it something, but I'm gonna want to create an empty on the inside of this, and we're gonna call this main equip dash equip slot main hand, equip slot main hand. Yeah, that's what we're gonna name it. Oh crap, I hate when that does that. Okay, so open up our editor here. We want to go to our items here in the back, and we have this tab under here called equip slots, so we can go ahead in here. We're going to add an equip slot. This equip slot is going to be renamed to main hand. Now when we come here, back to here, we should have some equip slot tag layers here. See, it normally auto adds layers, but it would be equip slot main hand. I guess we can just place that right there. Get rid of that. That's our first equip slot. I hope that the naming convention is equip and then capital slot as well, so I'm pretty sure that that is the naming convention. Anyway, so now our equip slot is there. we can go ahead and just disable our sword here. Okay, excellent. That's still good to go. That's good to go. We can save our character here, delete him. Now that's only one equip slot. The exact same method of what I just did here is going to design all your equip slots. So let me go back and explain a little bit. So main hand in the equip slots, you just add like your hierarchy of slots to equip to, and then when you add your equip slot to the tags, when you add a custom tag. So to be honest, that tag is I gotta make sure that I actually put the tag on the player, right? So that would be super helpful if that was done. So layers, equip slot, main hand. Oh, whoops, that's not supposed to be in layers. That's supposed to be in tags. There we go. So our first tag, so our equip slot right here. So equip slot, main hand. We need to make sure that our tag is for our equip slot is set to the equip slot main hand. Now let's save it. Good thing I checked back on that, because I'd have been like, oh, what's going on here? It's not working. Now to make a weapon, we'll just grab one of our blade NPC weapons here. Prefabs, weapons. Let's grab like a dope looking one. I like this one. We'll grab this one here. Alright, cool. Let's drop our player back in there here, because that sword just looks real small. And it just does not look like it would fit him. So 1.7, 1.7, 1.7. There we go. Now that should work better. So now we're going to go ahead and create this item similar to our last item. So if you really want, you can just... where did I save our potion? I know I saved the potion somewhere, but apparently it's not with our... Oh, it is with our items. Okay. This potion, we'll just call it sword. It's always faster to do it this way. And then we will just drag and drop that into our items, and now that is that. Let's delete this just for the shits and gigs. Put this in here. We can delete our arts, pop our sword into those arts, not the character. Whoops. Okay, so the weapon is in there. Let's zero the weapon out. For some weird reason, oh, that's why. Where is the weapon located? The prop? Oh, there it is. Let's just put that in. Yeah, okay, that's okay. We don't need the rest of this. We just need the prop out of there. Now it doesn't look sketchy anymore. There we go. Oh no, it's still all lopsided and shit. There we go. Nice and zeroed out. So this will be our floor art, and then duplicate this for our held art. This is not consumable, and it's not a potion, so let's go back to our items, item types. We want equipable. Forgot the P there, equipable. That's not even a word, so we'll just call it weapons. And then in inside type was one too many types here. We'll rename this, and we will call this Greatsword. I just had a hiccup. Okay, so our Greatsword. So this is weapons, Greatsword, base value 1,740, 54. Can be equipped, and it will equip to slot main hand. Stack size 1, and then we unuse item from bag. Can delete that. Perfect. You can leave these in here because when we use the item from bag, it won't be using the item from bag, so we can remove that. So on remove item and then on add item. A few things that you might want to use. So apply RPG. We will go down to our items here, and then that's on equip item and on unequipped item. So obviously when you equip the item, you'll set stats to your character, and then when you unequip the item, you will remove those stats to your character. We will work on actual stats for the weapon so that it'll raise our combat power and everything when we apply better weapons. So for now, go ahead and apply our fancy sword here. On the floor art, we are going to add a collider. So just add a box collider on the floor art there. Save it one more time. We can delete our character now. Well, we want to be able to pick up the sword and see how that works, so we'll just leave the sword right there. Boom. Continue, load from slot 2. It had an issue loading from the slot, but okay. That's going to be something I'm going to need to talk to Leslie about. So the item has picked up. We have this item right here. It says small potion because we forgot to type the rename the name, but we can equip. Item object could not be equipped. Equipment slots. I probably used the wrong naming convention for the equip slot. So equip slots, an object with tag equip slot main hand could not be found. Oh, I see what it is I did wrong here. NPCs, pop them back in there. It's the name of the tag. Equip slot main hand. Let's make sure that that's still good to go. Equip slot main hand. Okay, good to go. Strange, it's like it loaded the position before, but now it didn't want to load the position. Random. I'm going to talk to Leslie as to why that issue is occurring. So let's go back into our bag. Yes, we already know that we did not change its name from potion or anything, but we click equipped. Still does not want to equip. An object with tag equip slot main hand could not be found on the character. Item object could not be equipped. Let's just go into the scene here and actually just look at this ourselves. Equipped items. Obviously, it's not legitimately a small potion. So it's equip slot main hand. So I don't See, so that's weird how it didn't update that. What's even weirder is that it doesn't even... So I have equip slot main hand and equip slot dash main hand. See, that's... it ended up like making another one instead of separating it like I wanted to. But oh well. Let's just change it to that equip slot main hand there. Now it's going to equipped. What I think is ultimately going on is, let's see here if we load from slot 1. See, we did load from these slots previously, but what I think is actually going on is that if, let's say I click save right here on this save slot 3, I return to game. I'll go look in here, I'm going to go look at my player. It says persist position, which was activated, so we gave it time. Continue. Huh. Strange indeed. But it is supposed to be reloading you at your current position. So right now it would be loading you with any like other settings you had. So like if you had a weapon already equipped, that probably would work. So let's equip the weapon. Boom. As you can see, the weapon is now equipped on ourselves. So when we walk, it will follow our hand perfectly. Okay, I am going to save the game right now, and we're going to see if it loads me with the weapon, and if it's still not loading me the position. Because I think it's just the position that we're having an issue with. Yeah. So the position is having a hard time loading for some reason. I'm going to talk to the developer of Plygame. That must be a new bug with the update or something, or maybe even just in my singular project. We'll see. We will see. But yeah, so now you are equipping your item, and the item is saving and you're loading. I will definitely get back to that because, like, you know, I definitely don't want to leave you guys hanging on a slightly broken project here. Most of you probably almost guarantee that you won't be feeling this, what do you call it? You won't be feeling this bug, more or less, depending, because like on my other projects, I don't see this happening to me at all, so. And then I'm supposed to have a potion near here, but I'm not sure where it is exactly. I put it. Oh. Is there a potion around here, or did I already pick it up? I must have already picked it up. In a previous save, more or less. Okay, even the quests already saved, so we have the quest saved and everything. We can just, you know, go ahead, save. Wait a second. At the same time, this video can be good for showing Leslie. See, like, what is that? See, now it loaded our position, but the last few times it wasn't loading our position, which is kind of strange. So our quest log saved there. So I know that it's strange, but whatever. The tutorial is still working the way I initially wanted it to work. You guys are going to end up having to do it this way anyway. Hopefully you guys don't actually get affected by this weirdness, but I guess we'll end up seeing. I'm going to give it one more save and another try again. Continue from slot 1 more time. See, okay, so it's saved again. I'll try from a different slot this time here. Let's try slot 3, save. Like, I wonder what the issue would have been. Like, if it keeps loading now each time after another, I'm gonna be... That's so weird. But Okay, well, I have a quest. I guess more or less because it saved more data. Who knows? Maybe it's in the area I'm standing. I'm gonna go stand over here where it didn't work last time. Use slot number 2. I know this is extending the video a lot for you guys, but Leslie's gonna want to see this. Sorry, guys. Everything is done from here, so you can stop the video if you want. Alright, well, that's enough loading and reloading. I'm just going to end it here. The changes that we initially wanted to make are made. As you can see, it is supposed to load your position, but if for whatever reason it does not load your position once in a while, help me bother Leslie to get that fixed. I'm going to send him this video as soon as possible. Take care.